What's up, guide hunters? If you are just starting your adventure in Catch A Brainrot, the game can feel a little confusing at first. There are brainrots to catch, NPC trainers to defeat, new worlds to unlock, and several progression systems happening at the same time. Do not worry though, because today I will explain everything you need to know to get a strong start. The first important decision is choosing your starter brainrot. You can pick Bonica and Balabu, Frully Frulla, or Tung 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 Sar. All three are common rarity, and there are no elemental advantages in Catch A Brainrot, so you do not need to worry about type matchups. What really matters is their starting moves. Bonica and Balabu and Tung 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 Sar are easily the strongest choices for beginners. Both start with Shield for extra survivability, and Bomb for strong early damage, making battles much faster. Frully Frulla is still perfectly playable, but its starting moves are not quite as balanced, so progression can feel a little slower during the early game. Once your adventure begins, your biggest priority should be leveling your brainrots. Brainrot EXP is completely separate from your player level, so your creatures need their own experience to become stronger. One thing that helps a lot is farming enemies you can defeat quickly instead of chasing the highest level opponents. Winning 10 fast battles is usually much better than spending the same amount of time struggling through only 2 difficult fights. Capturing brainrots is also a great source of EXP. Every successful capture helps level your active team while expanding your collection at the same time. If you enjoy collecting every creature in the game, this is one of the most efficient ways to progress because you are working toward multiple goals at once. You should also challenge every NPC trainer you come across. Besides giving your brainrots valuable experience, these battles reward important progression materials that you will eventually need to unlock future worlds. Trust me, skipping trainers usually means coming back later anyway, so it is much better to defeat them the first time you find them. If you want to level a newly caught brainrot quickly, you can also use EXP candy from the EXP machine near the Rot Lab in the World Center. Each candy gives a fixed amount of brainrot EXP to one creature. This option requires Robux, but it can save a lot of time when preparing your team for tougher content. There is one beginner mistake you should always avoid. Fainted brainrots receive no experience after battle. Before taking on stronger enemies or bosses, heal your entire team so every brainrot earns EXP. Losing experience after a difficult battle is never worth it. Besides your creatures, your own player character also has a separate level. Player XP mainly comes from catching new brainrots for the first time. Higher rarity brainrots reward more player XP, so exploring new areas and expanding your collection is one of the fastest ways to level up. You can also earn extra player XP by completing capture achievements, which require catching additional copies of the same species. Sooner or later you will also need plenty of coins. The simplest way to earn them is by defeating wild brainrots, but capturing and selling brainrots is even more profitable. The only downside is that every capture uses a rot box, so you should make sure you have enough before focusing on this strategy. Many players simply buy inexpensive wooden boxes, capture nearby brainrots, and sell them for a steady profit. While exploring, keep an eye out for treasure chests. They regularly respawn and contain useful rewards like coins, rot boxes, and other helpful items. If you see one nearby, it is almost always worth taking a short detour to open it. Traveling around the map also becomes much easier once you understand teleportation. Open your map from the icon in the upper right corner, choose the nearest Rot Lab, and teleport there instantly. You cannot teleport anywhere you want, only between Rot Labs, but this is still extremely useful whenever your team needs healing or you want to move between regions faster. As you continue progressing, each new world requires completing specific objectives before you can move forward. In Rot Forest Zone 2, you need to defeat NPC key holders to collect keys before challenging Gotini Frizzini and unlocking World 2. In later worlds you continue collecting materials like wood, iron, and diamonds from NPC battles to repair bridges, craft tools, and open the path to new zones. Following the story naturally will unlock every area in order. Another useful feature is trading. If you are missing a certain Brainrot or want to help a friend complete their collection, simply open the map, select another player, open their profile, choose trade, offer your Brainrots, and wait for them to accept. Trading makes completing your collection much easier once you start reaching the later worlds. The biggest advice I can give every beginner is not to rush through the game. Catch new Brainrots whenever you enter a new area, defeat every NPC trainer, collect treasure chests whenever you see them, and keep your team properly leveled before moving on. This makes progression much smoother and saves you from unnecessary grinding later. Catch A Brainrot has a simple but rewarding progression system once you understand how everything connects together. Build a balanced team, keep collecting new Brainrots, earn plenty of coins, and unlock each world step by step. If this beginner guide helped you out, be sure to leave a like, subscribe for more Catch A Brainrot Roblox guides, and I will see you in the next one.